All right, we're back in Cincinnati. Love this place. Been here numerous times this year. We're going to check out Tony's of Cincinnati here tonight. This is just north of the city. An amazing steak and seafood restaurant. Tony Ricci, the owner, waiting for us. Can't wait to show you. Tony's here and got a great meal tonight.
This was my first place, and I opened it in the middle of arguably the worst recession we've ever had, right in the middle of 2010. On the outs, even though we're still in Cincinnati, we're on the outskirts of Cincinnati. So my whole thing was to bring something to this area and find a way for all the surrounding communities to enjoy something out here. We're not a whole bunch of glitz and glamour, okay? I truly believe in what the dinner table stands for. I believe that people need to get away from life after a hard day's work, good, bad, whatever's going on. Just get away, come to the table, eat, have a good meal, have a good drink, and start anew tomorrow.
Can we check out the back where the magic happens?
Yeah, well, here's the back right here. Okay, so this is my magic. Right now, you got a guy that's working there. He's putting on steaks. What we do is we use a broiler from the top. We use a special seasoning that we came up with. Actually, my daughter Nita is the one that chose it, and she chose it when she was 9 years old.
Wow.
And we put a seasoning on top, sears the juices on the inside. And by the time it gets to the guests, all those juices remain in the steak. And as you can see, we have some steaks prepared here for you. You got the ribeye bone-in strip, porterhouse. You got a double rack pork chop. You got basically a filet mignon, and you have a bone-in filet right here.
That's excellent. What about the staff? I know as a restaurant owner, I'm sure you can tell me even more about how important it is to have a great staff, cooks, service, up front, receptionist. How do you get these great people? How do you keep these great people?
That seasoning is comprised of 5 different peppers, 5 different salts, and 2 different kinds of paprika. And what we do is we take the steaks and we basically sear both sides, so that when the steaks go into the oven, the heat is from the top. It sears on the top real quick. Then we turn it over, sears on the bottom. And then what he does is he transports them to the oven up top to where they come up to temperature real slowly.
Okay.
But by putting the seasoning on it, it sears the juices on the inside, because basically the steak gets shocked once.
See, that's what I've always wondered, here as a regular person on our grill at home, if you got the temperature too hot, it looks like the top's, it's burnt. You're not cooking the inside.
Exactly.
So to your point right there, that's a good understanding of how it works. You can get the both top and bottom very crispy and
done,
but then you have to slow cook that right inside the other one. What's the temperature we're talking about?
Right now, the temperature on that oven is probably anywhere from 900 to 1100 degrees.
Got it.
We probably started at about 1200, and with him keeping opening and closing and all that, the temperature is going to come down a little bit. And but even at 900, 1100, it still sears the steaks real quick. When I opened this place, I made a promise to the guy above that I would give back, not only to the community, but also to staff members and so on. As you can see, I'm not about glitz and glamour, like I said before. I'm about what's at the table, how we're going to enjoy ourselves, and having a good meal, et cetera, et cetera. And when you go into a business, I believe in what Ford said: "He who gives more for a buck than takes for a buck, it does well." Okay, so that's what I believe in. But I also believe in taking care of the people that make it happen. I just go around and shake hands.
That's right.
These guys, by the end of the night, have worked so hard that they not only deserve a few beers, but they deserve a few extra dollars, if you will. I believe in 3 things: perception, value, and flavor. If you're going to spend $50-some on a steak, that steak better look like it's a $50-some steak. All right? And if we meet that, and then you bite into it, and the flavor is there, then I got you. In this particular restaurant, couple that with the fact that every entree comes with a salad and potato.
That's great. Yeah.
And it's not on a cart. And you're in a bedroom community in an area of Cincinnati. So now you got a salad and potato that you don't have to pay an extra $20 for.
That's huge.
We got it.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, to me, sometimes you're right. Perception. Everything's all a la carte, or it's way more than you think it should be. That's right there. It's a tough one. When
Absolutely.
You get perception, okay, yes, it comes with what you're going to order anyway. You're not going to just order steak.
Exactly.
So, and the value and the taste, and that's it. That's all you have to do.
So there's a couple of communities. The Anthony Munoz Foundation I give back to, the Dragonfly Foundation I give back to, great organizations. But I also support the local school systems, local churches, and so on. And we're very embedded. We're very embedded in our community, and even in Lexington. Okay, we have we have embedded ourselves in that community and Indianapolis as well. So from local churches to schools to organizations like Dragonfly and Anthony Munoz, to all of them, we just give back. And every single one of my guests, okay, every time somebody eats here, a certain portion of their money is going back to these organizations. Our 9-ounce filet mignon, okay, from the tenderloin. It comes from the tenderloin. It's a very, very tender steak.
Wow. I can already feel it. Look at how perfect that is. And you said your daughter was the one that came up with this?
Came up with the seasoning. She's the one that chose it. Yeah, she was 9 years old. She did it.
It's awesome.
It's good stuff.
That's awesome. Perfect.
Here.
Perfect. And I'm just
Watch
amazed
this.
how your chefs.
I'm going against the grain a little bit, but there you go.
How amazing is this? That rub's phenomenal.
It is, isn't it?
That's awesome. Now, do
So
you
you
sell
got-
that? Can I walk? Can I
so
get
you
buy
got-
that and go home with it, or no?
On
Secret recipe.
tonight, I'm going to have some ready for you and Jim.
Ah, that's great.
Okay?
That's
and you
great.
can take it home. You can put it on anything.
Excellent.
You can put it on anything. Now the key is when you're grilling out at home,
Right.
okay? Bring the steak, whatever you're grilling out, bring the steaks out at least 45 minutes to an hour before you cook them. Let
Okay.
them come up to room temperature.
Okay.
That way they don't sit as long on the broiler to cook.
And when you do that, you want to go just for like a minute or so at each side, right, to sear it.
what I
and
do-
then turn that temp down. Right?
Exactly. Well, what I do at home,
Yeah,
get
tell
one
me.
side of the grill
Okay.
really hot.
All right. Okay.
Sear,
Yeah.
and then move it off to where there's no heat and lower the heat and let them come up.
Gotcha. Okay. So for the layperson at home on their grill with the temperature gauge, we're on high on the right-hand side for the sear.
Just for the sear.
For a minute. And then
Move
what do
it
you have
over
on?
off the
Low?
heat, very low.
Very low.
Okay? And above, usually there's 2 tiers on the grill, or you can turn the grill off and just keep the heat from here inside and let it come up to temperature.
That's great. Awesome.
Tastes
stuff.
good?
Thanks again.
Tastes
I love
good?
it. Tastes
All right.
amazing. It's
All
amazing.
right.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.